Upwork versus Fiverr. Are you trying to figure out which freelance platform is best to start on? Freelancers are more in demand than ever, with the pandemic causing a massive shift in the global workforce. Numerous employers are reevaluating budgets and opting for a more flexible workforce. The pandemic has left many unemployed, laid off, or had working hours reduced as employers implemented sweeping cost-cutting measures. So more than likely you came across this video because you're trying to determine which freelance platform is best for you. Where can you get the most jobs and make the most money? If you Google the best freelance platforms, then you'll likely see tons of sponsored posts from advertising and marketing efforts. In this video, I'm going to compare Upwork versus Fiverr and help you identify which freelance platform is best for you. My goal is to help you win tons of freelance jobs and earn life-changing money. With everything going on due to the global pandemic, I've never been concerned about my income. If I were to lose my main full-time job, then I still have a well over six-figure freelance career. Now, hopefully that won't happen. I love my full-time job. It's a great place. I get to work from home and I learn a lot there as well. However, if something did happen, then I still have my other income sources. Before you listen to any of my tips, let me give you a little background and history of my journey as a freelancer. I wouldn't listen to tips from some random guy who couldn't prove their success, and you shouldn't either. How many YouTube videos or tutorials have you watched where someone gives out freelance tips but they never link their profile or discuss any of their success on the platform? It's important for me to show you results rather than just telling you what to do without being able to back it up. I actually began my freelance career on freelancer.com and then I transitioned over to Upwork in 2016. Since then, I've made almost $600,000, worked on 114 jobs, worked over 7,700 hours, and I've been featured in Upwork marketing campaigns as one of the top freelancers on all of Upwork. This includes most recently a TV commercial to advertise Upwork's talent grants program in support of businesses working to counter the impact of COVID-19. I'm now one of the top freelancers on all of Upwork. Beginning a freelance career is easily one of the best decisions that I've made in my entire life. I'm completely in control of the money that I make, and I've developed my skill set at a rapid and insane pace. This channel has helped freelancers all around the world to make life-changing money and have immense job flexibility. My goal is to help you in all aspects of freelancing by sharing everything with you that has worked for me. If you've considered becoming a full-time freelancer, then I'm sure you're aware of the increased cost of benefits. The global pandemic has proven that bundling benefits with full-time positions at companies is a flawed system. That's why I'm excited to tell you about our sponsor for this video, Cover. I personally only use sponsors who I truly believe in their mission, and Cover is one of them. They're working to solve one of the biggest problems in the gig economy: how to provide a 21st century safety net with portable benefits for gig workers. More than 40% of the US labor force is composed of gig economy workers, yet millions are without any form of risk solution. On this channel, I constantly talk about things that you can control, such as your work ethic, your grind, and your resilience. But there's always one thing that you never have full control of, and that's your health. If this year has taught us anything, it's that the unexpected can always happen. Cover offers portable benefits for gig workers, such as paid time off, sick leave, among other benefits as well. If the freelance platform that you work on isn't currently covered, then you can request for it to be added. The benefits are also portable for covered platforms. There's no annual contracts. You get your benefits on month-to-month subscriptions that can be canceled or paused anytime. Cover has 3 tiers of pricing that you can select based on your needs, starting at just $7 a month. And you can get your first month free by clicking on the link in the description of the video. What freelance platform would you like to see added to Cover? Leave a comment on this video and let me know. Personally, I would love to see Upwork and Fiverr added in the future. An independent platform offering subscription-based benefits is exactly what the freelance world needs. So listen, I'm sharing everything with you that has helped me become a hiring freelancer. And all that I ask in return from you is to just take 1 second of your time to hit the like button on this video. It really helps promote my content to more freelancers around the world. Also, be sure to leave a comment on this video and share your success stories. If my content has helped you make more money as a freelancer, then I definitely want to know about it. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate all your support. Before you make any decision, you need to understand what both platforms offer to you as a freelancer. So let's start with Upwork. So Upwork is the largest freelance platform connecting businesses and skilled freelance professionals. From startups to large established brands, with Upwork you will have the freedom and the flexibility to work from anywhere across the globe. Rather than having to cold call or cold email potential clients, on Upwork, tons of jobs are waiting for you to bid on them. Millions of jobs are posted on Upwork every year, and freelancers are earning money by providing companies with over 5,000 skills across more than 70 categories of work. People always ask me, what types of jobs are available on Upwork? And the answer is basically anything that can be done remotely. If there's a service that you can provide remotely, then it's on Upwork. The webpage I'm showing you now is the best place to search and explore Upwork jobs, other than going to the top of your screen, going through advanced search, and looking for a job that way. This webpage allows you to browse freelance jobs by category. And as you can see, there's tons of job categories on Upwork. You can see the main categories and subcategories under them as well. And again, basically everything: admin support, customer service, sales and marketing, accounting, IT, design and creative, writing, basically everything. And if we scroll up to IT and networking, we can see database administration jobs, which is a category that I fall into. And I also do some data analytics jobs, so I fall into some of these as well. And you can find both hourly and fixed price jobs this way. For me personally, hourly jobs are the best for my skill set. I tend to get a lot of long-term work for the services that I offer, and hourly projects, they just work better for me. For the work that I do, it's really hard to estimate up front the hours and the work that I would put into a given job. However, if your skills are more value-based, then fixed price is the way to go. One of my friends, David, is another really successful freelancer on Upwork. He's a product designer and he's an industrial engineer as well. I met him in San Francisco a couple of years ago. We were in one of Upwork's marketing campaigns, and for that marketing campaign, they flew us out to San Francisco for a photo shoot. So one of the main things that David does is he takes ideas from clients and he turns those into compelling products. Again, really successful freelancer. He has great reviews, and if we get down to the portfolio section, you can see some of the products that he's worked on. So what I wanted to point out on his profile is why value-based pricing works great for David. Here's a great example right here of an innovative baby product. And as you can see, he made $50,000 on this project. For the products that he designs, he's able to estimate up front the value that he would provide to a client by designing the product. So that's just a quick tip that I wanted to give you regarding when value-based pricing can work great for you. So again, for myself, I'm a SQL Server DBA developer, and I also do some data engineer work as well. And for the work that I do, hourly projects work best because my work always varies around what the client needs, which makes it difficult for me up front to estimate the work and the hours that I would pour into a project. Upwork is trusted by tons of large companies all around the world. On Upwork, I've personally worked with Stanford University and CBRE, which is a Fortune 500 company. However, there's a wide variety of clients on Upwork. I really love working with startups as well because I'm involved at the very beginning stages of companies. It's awesome to help companies get started and then to watch them grow as well. You can basically find any project type on Upwork. Short-term projects, long-term projects, and complex projects as well. Basically any type of project that you can think of, it's been on Upwork. You can find anything. Again, people always ask me, what type of jobs are on Upwork? What can I find? Is my skill set on there? And the answer is yes. Basically anything that you can do remotely, it's probably on Upwork. Go check it out. It's so easy to get started on Upwork as a freelancer. Create and optimize your profile, find jobs that fit your skill set, write a cover letter, then submit your job proposal. I have a complete Upwork tutorial that I recently created and a full freelance playlist on my channel as well, which will give you everything that you need to be successful on Upwork. I highly recommend checking those out after you finish this video if you're interested in becoming a freelancer and making life-changing money. Fiverr is a massive online marketplace for buying and selling services, which are called gigs. Basically, any service offered on Fiverr is called a gig. Fiverr's mission is to change how the world works together by connecting businesses with freelancers. Fiverr is based on a gig package structure, which allows freelancers to set 3 versions of services and prices for each as well. Originally, each gig on Fiverr was $5, which makes sense given their name Fiverr. However, in 2014, Fiverr removed the $5 price limit, allowing freelancers to offer basic, standard, and premium gig packages. And as a new or normal freelancer on Fiverr, you can price your gig packages anywhere from $5 to $995. Fiverr enables clients to browse a selection of freelancers offering services and to place orders in just one click. It's an opportunity to showcase your talent to potential customers and give them everything they need before they place an order. That's one of the main differences between Fiverr and Upwork. On Upwork, freelancers browse jobs posted by clients, and clients can also browse freelancers as well. On Fiverr, buyers browse gigs or services offered by sellers. A lot of buyers come to Fiverr with a specific service in mind and then they search for it. That's why Fiverr recommends creating one gig or service in the beginning so you can focus all your time and effort into it. So let's use video editing as an example. Say I needed a video editor for a video. So on Fiverr, I can type in video, and here we go, video editing. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. And just like that, I can start browsing through video editing gigs. You can also apply to become a Fiverr Verified Pro, which will allow you to set custom gig prices up to $10,000. The Fiverr Pro application process involves uploading a video up to 1 minute in length, telling Fiverr about yourself, a project that you're most proud of, and why you would be a good fit for Fiverr Pro as well. Anyone can apply to be a Fiverr Pro, however, you will go through a vetting process. In the vetting process, you're going to be asked about your professional background, higher education, and notable projects that you've worked on as well. And again, if you get accepted and you become a Fiverr Pro, your max gig price will increase. You will be able to extend it beyond that $995 limit. Fiverr has a lot of really successful freelancers who make tons of money each month by selling their services. Just like Upwork, it's really easy to get started on Fiverr as a freelancer. I personally have a buyer account on Fiverr, and it literally took me maybe 10 minutes to get everything set up and then start searching for gigs. Alright, now I'm going to cover the pros and cons of Upwork. You need to understand the pros and cons of both platforms before you can make a decision regarding which is best for you and your skills. Starting off with the pros, Upwork is the largest marketplace for freelancers. More jobs are posted on Upwork than all other freelance platforms in the world. This means more opportunities for freelancers. They have a great marketing team which has led to a lot of exposure to companies all around the world, especially recently during the global pandemic. Just around a week ago, Upwork's CEO was on Fox Business, CNBC, and other channels as well, discussing how Upwork has seen a lot of growth during the pandemic. More and more companies are choosing to use remote workers, and Upwork has seen a record amount of clients signing up on the platform. These companies are taking advantage of the ability to quickly and efficiently find specialized talent. On Upwork, it's easy to find top freelancers in your skill set. This was huge for me because I was able to find really successful freelancers with my skills. This helped me set goals and visually see the earning potential for my skill set on Upwork. Alright, so now I'm going to give you an example of how you can search for top freelancers in your skill set. So in the top search bar, I have professionals and agencies selected, and then I have SQL Server DBA typed in. I'm going to go ahead and click enter. And now we can start looking at freelancers with my skill set. And as you can see, my profile came up third. Now my profile usually shows up within the first 1 to 5 freelancers for SQL Server DBA anytime you search for it. However, you need to be looking at the very top freelancers. You want to see the earning potential for your skill set on Upwork and what's possible. So now I'm going to throw on some filters. First, I'm going to change hourly rate, and I'm going to put it at $60 an hour or more. Next, I'm going to add a filter for job success, and we're going to put that at 90% and up. And earned amount, I'm going to add 10,000 or more. Hours billed, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, 1,000 plus. And we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Now let's scroll up to the top. So we can see all the filters we added and start looking through freelancers. We have 200,000 plus earned. Now we have mine at over 500,000, almost 600,000. And I can keep scrolling through and looking at the really successful freelancers. As you can see, pretty much all of these have made over 100,000. And that's what I want you to take away from this. To be able to find the top freelancers for your skill set, click on them and go look at their profile. It's going to allow you to see what's possible for your skill set and give you ideas as you're constructing your profile. Another pro of Upwork is sliding fees. I know it's rare that fees would ever be discussed as a pro, but when comparing the two platforms, Upwork fees are definitely a pro. So Upwork fees are based on your earnings with the client. Your fees will be 20% for the first $500 billed with the client. Then it will drop down to 10% for lifetime billings with a client between $500 and $10,000. And then after you pass $10,000 earned with a client, your fees drop down to 5%. And I know what you're thinking, $10,000, there's no way I can make that with a client. But I can prove to you that's not the case. I've earned over $10,000 with so many clients. And let me prove it to you. Here's work history. I'm going to filter this by largest projects. And here you go. $75,000, $55,000, $45,000, $37,000, and it keeps going. And I have some really large long-term contracts open right now as well with clients that I've earned well over $10,000 with. You also have high earning potential with long-term clients on Upwork. When you provide immense value to a client and do a great job for them, then they will likely want to work with you again. Whenever I work with a client for the first time, I focus on over-delivering and exceeding their expectations. This leads to long-term, repeat work with Upwork clients. Do you want to see examples of this? Let's take a look at some long-term contracts that I've had on Upwork real quick. So earlier I showed you projects that I've earned over $10,000 on. Now I'm going to show you large projects as well, ones that I've worked on long-term with clients. And here's some quick examples for you. February 2017 to April 2019. April 2017 to August 2019. And now here's some projects that I also have open. August 2019 to present, March 2018 to present, February 2018 to present, and one of my largest long-term contracts, I've made over $65,000 with this client. I still work with them all the time, March 2017 to present. Upwork also targets large enterprises. They have a membership plan for large clients called Upwork Enterprise. So Upwork Enterprise provides a customized solution for larger companies to find, contact, and then pay independent freelance talent. Enterprise clients range from fast-growing startups all the way to Fortune 500 companies as well. Working with enterprise clients, you have a lot of opportunity for long-term and repeat work. The main benefit of this is spending less time searching for jobs and more time working, making money. And also with Upwork Enterprise contracts, you also have a fixed 10% service fee that doesn't change. So rather than starting out at 20% for that first $500 you earn, with an enterprise client, you just start out at 10%. Targeting large clients is something that I personally love to see. Of course, all company sizes matter, and I've made tons of money working with small to mid-sized companies. However, the more Fortune 500 companies and enterprise companies that start using Upwork, the more it will grow. These companies have tons of projects that freelancers can help deliver on. Rather than having to develop the skill in-house or try to find a full-time employee, which can take a ton of time, clients can quickly find specialized talent on Upwork. For the first con, it can be difficult to get approved on Upwork. Part of starting on Upwork involves having your account approved. There's a lot of factors that go into account approval. However, based on freelancers who have reached out to me, the main factor appears to be job demand. If your skill set is too saturated on Upwork, or if there's just not enough demand for it, then your account may not be approved. However, don't let it discourage you. You can always resubmit your account for approval later. Or you could start developing a new skill that has demand. There's always a way for those willing to do what it takes. I'm not allowed to give out tips on how to get your account approved. However, I would highly recommend that you watch my complete Upwork tutorial video. It will help put you in the best position possible. Your Upwork job success score can also be difficult to keep at 100%. Your job success score measures your client satisfaction with your overall work history on Upwork's platform. So a lot of freelancers ask me about job success scores. How do you maintain a 100% job success score? There's no denying the importance of your job success score. It's at the very top of your profile and one of the first things that clients see. You need to understand how the job success score is calculated. And this webpage tells you how. This is how Upwork looks at job success scores. Successful contract outcomes minus negative contract outcomes divided by total contract outcomes. What goes into successful contract outcomes? All feedback, long-term relationships, repeat contracts, and then something that negatively affects it, a lot of people don't realize this at first, contracts without activity, excessive lack of feedback. So for instance, if you complete a project on Upwork, the contract gets closed out, but they don't give you feedback, then you would fall into this. Also, if you have an open contract with a client, but you haven't actually done work for them in a while, you would also fall into this. Keep this part right here in mind as you're trying to increase your job success score. The easiest way to get a client to give you feedback is to ask for it. After the job's completed and closed out, send them a message and ask them to give you feedback. It's really simple to be nice to a client. Tell them that the feedback's going to be displayed on your profile and ask them to leave it for you. That's all you have to do. If they don't leave you feedback after doing that, there's not much you can do about it. Being the largest freelance platform in the world means a wide variety of bid rates. Due to high competition, freelancers will often try to win jobs over other freelancers by underbidding. However, Upwork has made huge improvements to help clients find the level of talent they're looking for. Upwork Connects force freelancers to be more selective when submitting job proposals, which in my opinion is a great thing. This is a con that has been improving. One of the best things that you can do is to get your job proposal submitted before there's over 10 proposals submitted on an Upwork job. Can you still be noticed? Of course, but your chances are way lower. There's a lot of ways on Upwork to stand out and put yourself in the best position possible to win jobs. You can start learning ways to stand out by watching the freelance playlist on my channel. Due to recent changes to Upwork Terms of Service, you must use internal Upwork communication before a contract starts with a client. This means for interview calls or intro calls with a client, before you start a contract with them and accept it, you can't use things like Zoom, Skype, or GoToMeeting. So what you're looking at right now is Upwork's Terms of Service. The pre-contract communication parts were added this year. You agree that prior to entering a service contract, you will use Upwork as a sole manner to communicate with users. You acknowledge and agree that a violation of this provision is a material breach of the Terms of Service. Your account may be permanently suspended if you violate it. Personally, I understand why Upwork wants all the communication to remain on Upwork before the contract starts. They want to protect you as a freelancer from potentially being scammed. It also helps to prevent freelancers from attempting to take work off the platform. Upwork was designed to bring freelancers and businesses together. Upwork is the reason why you had the opportunity to submit a job proposal. Trying to take work off the platform is a great way to have your account suspended. However, with all that being said, this is a con for me. Many clients have their own internal communication methods and things they prefer. In the past, I've had a lot of intro and interview calls with multiple people at the same time. I've had some potential clients get frustrated when I told them that our intro call had to be on Upwork. I've heard of other freelancers losing contracts or potential clients, and those clients deciding not to work on Upwork. However, again, this is very important. Make sure that all your intro calls, all your communication with the client before the contract starts remains on Upwork. Alright, now let's discuss some pros and cons of Fiverr. Fiverr has high earning potential for streamlined services. Rather than finding jobs on Upwork and submitting job proposals, on Fiverr you have predefined gig packages which buyers can choose from. This allows you to sell more by eliminating the need to find jobs and then bid on them. There's so many freelancers who have made tons of money on Fiverr. This is an article on CNBC about how a 35-year-old dad made $1.5 million on Fiverr. So I've read through all this, and to give you an example of what he does, he basically does voiceovers. And that's just one example of how much money you can make. Here's an article on Forbes showing 3 people that made over 6 figures on Fiverr. And I know me personally, what I really want to see is the actual profiles. Here's the profile of the guy I just showed you that made 1.5 million. Top rated seller on Fiverr. You can see that he has over 1,000 reviews. You can see the prices for each, what they start at, and you can see how many reviews he has. So this one, for creating a whiteboard video animation, it starts at $350 and he has over 1,000 reviews. And you can go through and look at all of his gigs. And here's another example. This freelancer is a certified resume writer, career consultant, and experienced recruiter. She also has over 1,000 reviews. And then taking a look at her gigs, professionally editing resumes, starting at $115, over 1,000 reviews. There's a lot of examples of these freelancers on Fiverr, and all you have to do is go to the website and search for them. The ability to sell your services can also be much quicker because of gigs. Fiverr clients are empowered to make purchase decisions without even speaking to you. This means that if your gig is the right fit for the buyer's needs, then you could be making sales while you're sleeping. Depending on your services, you will still have buyers requesting custom orders. However, Fiverr can help you spend more time focusing on your work. So on Fiverr, I have a buyer account, and I recently used it to have custom badges made for my YouTube channel. After you reach a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube, you can have channel memberships. This allows your community who enjoys your videos to support more content from you. So on my YouTube channel, there's a join button at the top, and this will show you the membership levels on my channel. There's one for channel support and a monthly freelance stream. Now the channel support one is the one that I actually had the badges made for, and you can see those here. So the first badge is a Josh Burns Tech logo. It's the one that you get when you first join. And then the longer that you've been a member, the more badges that you get. So the next one is a Bitcoin symbol, a Tesla, the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones, a rocket, and Mars. And again, I had these created on Fiverr. When I was trying to find someone to create these badges for me, I went to Google and I typed in custom YouTube badges. This freelancer's Fiverr profile was in the top 5 results when I Googled that. So I came to their Fiverr profile, I looked through their reviews, which were great, and then I ended up purchasing their premium gig. And as you can see, that one comes with 6 YouTube channel badges, which again, you can see right here. Here's all 6 of them. And I made this purchase without ever talking to the freelancer. I knew exactly what I wanted, I looked at the reviews, and I made a purchase. This allows you to basically turn your service into more of a product. I had a great experience with this freelancer, and I also left them a review, which you can see here. And this is a great example of how you can sell your services faster on Fiverr because of gigs. Fiverr also has great sales analytics. This is something that I wish Upwork would improve. The analytics on Upwork are honestly pretty limited. Specifically, the sales and earning analytics on Fiverr are much more robust. The sales analytics page on Fiverr gives you great information regarding impressions, clicks, views, and orders. This graph, which you can see on the screen now, gives you a great overview of your sales. Total earnings, total orders completed, average selling price, and how much you earned in a given month. It would be really nice if there were graphs and visualizations like this built into Upwork. I can go in and see how much I'm making every month, but it's not robust like this. Now for the cons. Fiverr isn't really designed for complex projects or jobs. Fiverr does have custom orders, but it's really difficult to put complex services into a gig package. For example, a lot of the SQL Server database work that I do on Upwork is related to issues or design challenges. Due to the changing complexity, I can't really create a gig package on Upwork called SQL Server Consulting or SQL Server Troubleshooting. Personally, for my skill set, hourly contracts are much better. However, I have been trying to think of some streamlined services that I could offer, such as reviewing SQL Server environments, giving my feedback and recommendations as well. One of the biggest cons on Fiverr is fees. So rather than having sliding fees like Upwork, on Fiverr you make 80% of each transaction, so you're losing 20%. The 20% fee doesn't change no matter how much you made with the client, how much gigs you sell, it doesn't change. This is why fees on Fiverr are a con for me. I've had contracts on Upwork where I've got them down to 5%. Losing 20% on everything just isn't appealing to me. That's why Upwork fees, in my opinion, are way better. So let's say on Fiverr you have a $1,000 gig package. You're always going to lose $200 every time you sell that. And again on Upwork, after you pass the $500, it drops down to 10%. You also have a waiting time of 2 weeks to be paid by Fiverr after the buyer confirms delivery. Basically, after an order is complete and marked as done, freelancers have to wait 2 weeks from the gig completion date to withdraw the payout. On Upwork for hourly contracts, you get paid every single week for the work that you completed in the previous week. Overall, in my opinion, the Upwork payout system is much better than Fiverr. If you're a freelancer on Fiverr and you disagree with this, please leave a comment on this video and let me know why. I would love to hear your perspective as well. Another major con on Fiverr is undervaluing services. This has improved since Fiverr was created, but again, you need to be a Fiverr verified pro to have prices over $995. Web design is a great example of why this is an issue. So Ron is a premium WordPress developer, and he's personally the highest earning freelancer that I've seen on Upwork. He's earned over $2 million on Upwork with almost 24,000 hours worked. Now he could be really close to $3 million at this point. Once you get to $1 million on Upwork, it only updates every million. So his $2 million won't update until he hits $3 million. So Ron was probably on Elance or Odesk before the two merged and became Upwork. Based on how many hours he has, I doubt that he's put that in just from Upwork when they started around 2015, 2016. So what I wanted to show you is if you look through his projects, tons of them are over $995. A lot of these projects are hourly projects, which prevents his services from being undervalued. Building complex websites and fulfilling custom orders can take a long time to complete. So how do you choose between Upwork and Fiverr? Which freelance platform is best for you? It comes down to your skill set and the services that you offer. If your skill set is similar to mine and really difficult to streamline, then Upwork is likely the better option for you. It works best for me to have an intro call with a client before I decide to work with them. Predefined gig packages really don't work for my skill set because of the complexity of the jobs that I do. However, I do plan to create a gig package for SQL Server analysis and recommendations as a test to see how it goes. If you have a service that doesn't have a lot of variables and it can be streamlined as well, then Fiverr is a phenomenal option. Logo design, graphic design, and voiceovers are all great examples of services that fit well with Fiverr. Again, I purchased loyalty badges for my YouTube channel on Fiverr without even speaking to the seller. You don't have to spend tons of time searching for jobs and submitting job proposals like you do on Upwork. You have the ability to make sales in your sleep. You do get job invites on Upwork, but I always recommend having an intro call with a client to get a clear description of all the requirements. It's also a chance for you to interview them to make sure the client is someone that you want to work with. Overall, both are great platforms for freelancers and businesses looking for specialized talent. I recommend searching for freelancers on both platforms with your skill set and comparing them. Look at earnings, jobs completed, job requirements, and gig packages. And listen, there's nothing wrong with trying both platforms. When I started freelancing in 2016, I was working on Freelancer.com and Upwork. After I really started taking off on Upwork and earning a lot of money, I fully transitioned over to Upwork. Your success as a freelancer comes down to your work ethic, consistency, and doing whatever it takes. There's plenty days where I work on client projects until 2 a.m. When a lot of freelancers are getting started, the hours from around 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. are the best hours to work on side hustles. This 35, now 36-year-old dad has earned over $1.5 million on Fiverr doing voiceovers. He stated that getting there wasn't easy. He was working on Fiverr services after his day job, sometimes until 1 or 2 a.m. Just like myself and numerous other successful freelancers, the work, consistency, and grind is what makes you a high-earning freelancer. Start today. Put in the work, put in the grind, be consistent on a daily basis, and you already know what's coming next. Let's get to work. On this end screen, I recommend checking out these videos, and be sure to hit that round subscribe button for weekly tech videos, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching, and until next time.
Yeah, jungle and the juice, man. I can feel the heat, yeah. I can feel the heat, man. I can feel the heat.